වෙළඳපොලේ ඇති වෙලා තියෙන සහල් මිල සම්බන්ධව අවධානය යොමු කරා. මේක අපි කැමැත්තෙන්ම කරන්න යන දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. නමුත් ජනතාවට තියෙන පීඩනය අඩු කිරීමට එක ක්‍රමවේදයක් හැටියට අපි කල්පනා කරා හාල් මෙට්‍රික් ටොන් ලක්ෂයක් ආනයන කිරීම. ඒ ආනයන කිරීමේදී ක්‍රම කිහිපයක් සම්බන්ධව සැලකිල්ලට ලක් කරලා තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි රජයෙන් රජයට එහෙම නැත්නම් G2G කියනවා ගෙන්න ගන්න පිළිවෙලක් තිබෙනවද කියලා බලනවා. එසේ නැත්නම් අනිකුත් ක්‍රමවලට යන්නට තීන්දුව කරලා තියෙනවා. කෙසේ වෙතත් හැකියක්මනින් වෙළඳපොළට සම්බා මෙට්‍රික් ටන් ලක්ෂයක් ගෙන එහෙම වැඩපිළිවෙලට අවතීර්ණ වෙලා තියෙනවා.
Meanwhile, the cabinet spokesperson was quizzed on the comments made by Vice Chief of the Naval Staff of the Indian Navy last week. Vice Admiral G. Ashok Kumar said on Saturday that China's involvement in Sri Lanka's Port City project could pose a threat to Indian interests in the region, and there is a need to keep a close watch on such activities. He added that drones purchased from the US are keeping surveillance on all vessels in the region, despite their nationality. On those comments, Minister Rambukwala had this to say.
අපි උපකල්පනයන් කරන්නේ මෙහෙම අර ඇමරිකාවෙන් මේ දේවල් අරන් තියෙන නිසා එවැනි දේවල් කියලා. හැබැයි අපි බැහැර කරන්නේ භූදේශපාලනයේ යම් යම් සිදුවීම් සිදු වෙනවා. ඒ සිදුවීම් සම්බන්ධව සැකසහිත ස්ථාන අනන්තවත් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. හැබැයි රජයක් හැටියට අපිට තියෙන්නේ එවැනි දේවල් වෙන්නේ නැහැයි කියන පදනමේ ඉන්න නෙමෙයි. එවැනි දේවල් වුණොත් ගත යුතු ක්‍රියාමාර්ග සම්බන්ධව අදහසක් සහ වැඩපිළිවෙලක් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේ වෙනකොට ඒ සම්බන්ධව විදේශ කටයුතු අමාත්‍යාංශ අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රමාණයට මැදිහත් වෙලා තියෙන
Meanwhile, the cabinet has approved the restructuring of the liquefied petroleum gas industry of Sri Lanka. It has approved implementation of the recommendations submitted by the relevant ministerial subcommittee headed by the Minister of Trade. The ministerial subcommittee recommends that Litrogas Company and Laughs Gas Company continue to sell a 12.5 kg domestic gas cylinder at 1,493 rupees as currently prescribed by the Consumer Affairs Authority. Purchasing, transporting and storing gas associatively by both companies and using the Hambantota gas terminal for this purpose is also approved. The appointment of a committee consisting of experts in the relevant fields, including representatives of Litrogas Company and Laughs Gas Company, to carry out the procurement affairs, transportation and storage affairs related to the purchase of the required LP gas for the country, are other recommendations approved by the Cabinet. The implementation of the recommended methodology by the subcommittee within the next 6 months and taking appropriate steps based on its progress is also given the nod. The Cabinet of Ministers has also given the green light to establish a board of consultants comprised of experts from commerce boards, associations, universities and research institutes applicable to 20 major industrial sectors until the Industries Promotion Act No. 46 of 1990 is amended, adding provisions to cater contemporary requirements of the industrial sector. Meanwhile, the go-ahead has been given to revise the Consumer Affairs Authority Act No. 9 of 2003. Though the approval was granted in October 2018 to draft a bill to amend the Act, the Attorney General has pointed out the need to further formalize the bill prepared accordingly, while the Ministry of Trade has identified further provisions to be included in the said bill to meet present requirements. Introduction of new acts to replace the Fertilizer Act No. 68 of 1988 by incorporating provisions to suit the present need was approved by the Cabinet. In particular, since the necessary steps have been taken under Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor, the National Policy Framework, to implement the use of organic fertilizer totally in the country, the need to include relevant provisions in the Act has been identified. The declaration of the National Energy Day has also received the green light, along with a national program which includes various activities to enhance the knowledge, attitudes and creativity of school children on sustainable energy. Taking into consideration that the 26th of June in 1882 as the day Sri Lankans first saw the light emitted by an electric torch when the German ship SS Helios arrived at the Colombo port, the National Energy Day will be fixed on the 26th of June each year.
Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has had a telephone conversation with his Indian counterpart Dr. Subramaniam Jayashankar yesterday. Minister Gunawardena has said that steps taken by both countries so far to enhance bilateral relations between them have been fruitful. The Foreign Minister said that he also thanked the Indian External Affairs Minister for the financial assistance and COVID relief support extended by the Government of India to combat the pandemic. During the conversation, the two ministers had agreed to work in collaboration with the regional organisations such as BIMSTEC and IORA. Plans were also exchanged to continue cooperation, especially through common platforms like Colombo Plan and Commonwealth. The Foreign Ministry added that a number of important matters of mutual interest for both countries were also discussed during the conversation, which lasted for almost half an hour.
පුංචිම දෙයකින් ලොකු වෙනසක්. සැෂේ වලට වඩා සන්සිල්ක් ලොකු බෝතලෙන් රුපියල් 20ක ඉතිරියක්.